Okay, we're back. So as it turns out, the pre-done save we were gonna load is corrupted. So
Yep.
we're gonna do an entirely new captain for all y'all. I just had to close the game and start opening up again in the background. I'll probably edit down that chunk a little bit when I put it on YouTube. Alright. So, new captain. So, this ties into the universe of the online browser game, Fallen London, which I played a little bit of after playing Sunless Sea, and I personally prefer Sunless Sea, because Fallen London... I like text-based RPG adventures a lot. Fallen London, I personally couldn't get into, because it's very much, a lot of looping, doing the same things every day, and then going off for a day and getting back on to loop and do the same things for a day, in my experience. But this is very fun. Alright, so here we go. I'll explain stuff as it becomes relevant. Captain's making. 3 decades ago, in a region of Victoria, London was stolen by bats. Now, it lies miles below the surface. It was a dreadfully inconvenient for everyone, but it opened a vast black ocean to you. Welcome to the Untersee. I think in the title of the stream I put a space in that. Oops. So, Sleepy, our options are: choose a past, decide who you were and what you want to be, and a past wreathed in shadows, decide later. If you just want to get out to sea immediately, choose this option. Opportunities to revisit your past will arrive later.
So my question is, opportunities. Oh, sorry. Your past doesn't give you anything special, right?
Your past boosts one of your primary stats.
Right.
So by the way, we're making Sleepy the captain for this. For a bit more of a fun experience, I think. So yeah, basically we'll pick a past, and the past will give us, it'll give us a captain, or a, not a captain, a crewmate. Like either a surgeon, gunnery officer, cook, chief engineer, or first officer, depending on the past we pick. And it will also either raise our irons, mirrors, veils, pages, and hearts. So to quickly explain these to everybody. Iron, destroy, increase the damage your attacks do. Mirrors, detection and perception. The higher your mirrors, the quicker you can find a firing solution in combat. Veils, speed, stealth, deception. Decreases the range at which enemies will spot you. Pages, esoteric and occasionally practical knowledge, increases the speed at which you convert fragments to secrets, the stuff you use to level up. Hearts, inspire, heal, defend. Sometimes it helps you in tests around terror. So these will all be used in skill checks in the world, where what you do is, I don't know the exact math, but I think what happens is the game rolls a D100, adds your skill, and compares that to a difficulty level of the check that you're doing. So a challenge might be like, oh, you need to get like 90, or some of them might even be like you need 110, or something like that. And then crew is how many sailors we have on board. Everything about the ship runs more efficiently the more crew members we have. Yeah, so choosing a past will let us get a boost to our starting stats.
There's just something about not doing that, but I think we will.
Alright.
So it'll probably be easier.
Alright.
Okay, yeah, let's choose a pass.
You decide who you were and what you want to be. You now lodge in a room above the Blind Helmsman, which I think is supposed to be sort of a bar. So, who were you? Now that you're a captain, now you belong, now you're a captain. Now you belong to the Untersee. But who were you before? A street urchin. Your urchin gang cast you out when you grew too tall. You took to the sea rather than graduating to larger crimes. The last big score was enough to buy the ship. The This will give you a bonus to veils, a skill of subtlety and evasion. Second option, a poet. Educated and articulate. You seek sensations at sea. How lucky you had a legacy to spend. Your long vanished father had a rich patron, it seems. This will give you a bonus to pages, the skill of trickery and knowledge. Veteran of the campaign of 68. I believe we're in like the 16th century or the 18th century or something like that. Victor of the campaign of veteran of the campaign of 68. You fought in the invasion of Hell. London's armies lost. You survived. Your loot and your pension have brought you a command. This will give you a bonus to irons, the skill of causing direct damage. An ordained priest. You fell from grace. There's nothing left ashore for you. An anonymous benefactor has found this way out for you. Perhaps at Z, you can overcome your appetites. This will give you a bonus to hearts, the skill of healing and morale. A natural philosopher. Your peculiar theories on time, blood, and starlight brought you down to the Neath, the cavern where London lies. And now, they take you out to Z. This will give you a bonus to mirrors, the skill of deception and perception, or detection and perception.
Okay, so honestly, it's the last two that interest me the most. The commander or whatever. Simply because last time, that one time we died in the save file or whatever.
Yeah, in our personal playthroughs.
Yeah, it was because he couldn't do enough damage. Ordained priest because I remember last playthrough we got the attention of all three gods, and that felt really fucking neat.
Mm-hmm.
And then natural philosopher because of the it's cool. I'd probably either go for general or the veteran or the priest.
All right.
I don't know which. Both it.
You can't decide.
No, I'll leave between those two. I'll leave that choice to you.
Let's let fate decide where my dice.
I'm gonna roll my dice too. What dice are we rolling?
I was gonna roll a d6.
A d6?
Odd will be veteran, even will be a priest.
I can do you one better. Where's my d20 at?
Alright, I could roll my d100.
D20.
Oh, my d100 is...
What's even and odd again? I forgot.
What?
What's even and odd again?
Odd will be the veteran, even will be the priest.
I got a 14.
That's even, so priest.
Yeah, I got a fat-ass dice pouch, my guy.
Holy shit, look at it. Alright.
It hasn't loaded in yet.
Yeah. An ordinary priest.
Oh my fucking god.
You fell from grace. There is nothing left ashore for you. An anonymous... No, wait, we already read that.
Yeah.
You know an engineer who doesn't have much time left. She'd like to die at sea. Talk to her and find out if she'd like to die anywhere in particular. You were a fallen priest. Now, you're a Z captain. Your stranger quality is gone and has become... is gone. Welcome to the world. So, I sort of described the RPG elements of this game as being like a card game, which I think was sort of the intent, in that you get cards which represent various traits and abilities, which is part of the inspiration behind a lot of what's going into my system when developing action. You've gained 10 echoes. Echoes are the currency of the bazaar, and thus the currency of London. You have gained 25 hearts. You now have one gall-eyed engineer. Her eyes will hatch soon, but until then, she wants to work. Someone is looking for passage, and requires our service in London. Choose an ambition. what does winning mean to you? What is the end goal of our character? So, there's a number of things that if you do, will give you the ability to pass on stuff to your next character, because this game is a roguelike. One of the things we can do is if we finish our personal goal, we get an extra thing. So, when you die, you get to pass on one thing from a list to your next character. If we finish our goal, we can pass on a second. And then there's other things that I believe you can ultimately pass on 5 of the 6 options. But, yeah. So, what does winning mean to you? Your father's bones. Your father was lost at sea. You never knew him, but you often dreamed of him. Find and return his remains to London for a decent burial. Option 2. Immortality. Eternal life sounds like something you'd enjoy. And it's said that Presbyter, the ruler of the Elder Continent, has lived forever. It specifically is marking that this is part of the Untersee DLC. So we probably shouldn't pick that, because going to the Untersee is a very late game thing from what I understand. So that's like a second or third character thing.
See, that's what you got me fucked up. That's exactly what we're doing. I saw Immortality and I'm like, oh, that's it, that's it, baby.
Let's see the others first.
No,
Fulfillment.
I already read them.
Gather hundreds of tales, learn all you can of the Z, and write a masterpiece, and retire. Wealth. You know how it is to be poor. Now you want a mansion, servants, fine clothes, a family perhaps. Lastly, a private kingdom. Establish a colony where you are the absolute ruler. A utopia, perhaps? Perhaps. You can't choose this now, but you may find opportunity to switch later in the game. You need one impossible. This choice is not yet available. It will be someday. So, you're thinking immortality out of these 4?
Yes, dude. You can't present me immortality and have me not take it.
Alright. Tall Tales. The presbyterate guards the secrets fiercely, but amidst the clamor and beer stains of the Blind Helmsman, a salt-scared navigator is telling tales of the continent's deepest interior, of a city called Nidha, the origin of the Pestabuyer's long life, where he
You got it. You got it. You got it.
Where is he getting his information? My brain kept skipping to the he. Where is he getting his information? Bring wine. He's susceptible to wine. You will find the navigator and your first clue in London. An occurrence. Your objective ambition quality is now liberate the secrets of immortality. Begin your quest in London. It is said that 7 once tried to demonstrate death. Captain! Man, the last scrap of paperwork. Captain! An irregularity with the harbor master's office. They wish to know, what term of address do you prefer ashore? This will determine what people call your captain, but your captain's gender is up to you. Options are Madam, the Z captain's choice. The Z captains choose this more than you might expect. Sir, Citizen, a term of address popular amongst those egalitarian settlements.
Egalitarian.
My bad. My lord, perhaps you really do come from a noble family. Who's to know? My lady, perhaps you really do come from a noble family. Who's to know? And Captain. Captain will do perfectly well ashore, as well as at sea. Thank you, Captain.
Yeah.
All right.
We ain't shit but a captain.
Captain will do perfectly as well ashore as well at sea. Thank you, Captain. It is. A last piece of advice: explore, take chances. This captain will probably die. The Z is hungry. But each captain passes one lesson to the next. An occurrence. Your addressed as quality is now captain. Who are you? And now we get to pick a face and a name.
Right.
So we got little graduation cap. Fancy lady hat. Top hat with squiggly hair. Tentacle head. Sort of lovely bound hair. Science-y. Writer. Guy from Harry Potter that had Voldemort on his head. Indiana Jones.
Use a turban.
Smoker. No, it's the guy from Harry Potter that had Voldemort on his head.
He's a turban on.
Fancy gentleman. Slightly less fancy gentleman. Very much more fancy gentleman. Classic captain. Bald!
Do you know...
Bald! Bald! Deep sea diving. Mwah! Phantom of the Opera. Rags. Even more rags. And sort of just street urchin-y. Which one do you like?
Third one. Top hat with squiggly hair.
This one? With the top hat curly hair, like long neck?
Wait on the stream to catch up. Yep. I will say this, Ollie. Our last character will be a stranger.
Alright. What do you want to name him?
Name him? Fuck, dude. Because we didn't even name... Did we name our last character?
No, the last caption, because you never picked a past, didn't get to do any of this appearance.
Yeah, see? God, that's why it's so cool. Anyway, I don't want to be anybody. Fuck, dude. What is your name gonna be?
Nobody?
No, his name's not gonna be nobody. He's gonna get an actual name. He's a fucking priest. What are priest names? Hold on.
Fucking
WoW
priest.
classic general discussion. Okay, WoW, tell me, what's the best priest name?
Sir Gregory of Gregorson.
Kim Jong-keel.
Oh no. That's terrible.
Okay, well... God, that's really fucking funny.
Francis, Gregory, Joshua, Jorge.
He's gonna be Saint something, right?
Saint is S-A-I-N-T, correct?
Yeah, Saint something. I don't know what the next name's gonna be.
Saint something?
No, not something, dude. Come on.
Saint something is a very Fallen London name, though. Not gonna lie. Also,
yeah,
sounds
fair.
like it would have. That sounds like a name pulled straight from the Jesus of Suburbia or the American Idiot album.
Capitalize the S in something, please.
Saint something.
Yeah, but capitalize the S, please.
Yeah, I fixed it now. All right.
Remember, I'm watching the stream, not the screen sharing.
God, I love the image of London's silhouette because it's so like bizarre. Fallen London, deep, dark, and marvelous. All voyagers start here. This is where successful voyages end. Submarine tutorial. I already know how to do the submarine stuff. Oh, hang on. How to acquire submarine. Her Majesty's Admiralty have sworn off submarine exploration. However, you've heard tales of an unofficial research into submarine travel being conducted by her distant colony. Her Majesty's Admiralty has sworn. All right, yeah. Travel to the southern coast and follow it east to find Port Carnelian. There you will learn how to convert your ship into a submarine. Be sure you've prepared for this journey. Okay. We'll just leave that there for now. I'm gonna go ahead and sell our advice book because it's just for tutorial purposes.
Yeah.
That nets us an extra 50 echoes.
Get rid of that shit.
Alright, so, we can explore London, we can go to our lodgings, we can pursue our ambition, we can talk to the person on the docks who wants to see us, we can talk to our gall-eyed engineer. Yeah, our hold doesn't have much. This little token here, the Invictus token, just marks that we haven't actually made a full save. We're only relying on autosaves, basically the Iron Man reward.
So...
Also, we have a comatose ferret.
Oh, yeah, he's great.
Ooh,
so...
Jesus. You got a lot louder all of a sudden.
Okay. Here, go ahead and fix me real quick.
Hang on. Speak.
Woof.
Good boy. I think your volume's good now. Actually, hang on. Turn you down a little, turn me up a little. Okay, there we go. I want our speaking volumes to just barely tip into the yellow zone of the volume bar.
Okay.
Yeah, and then there's all the shops with supplies.
So, let's talk to the person that wants to be a passenger. Real quick.
Hang on. Yeah, a passenger. Someone in the docks wants to board your ship. Agreed to carry the august traveler right to Gator's Morn. He's prepared to pay handsomely for transport, and is keen to commission your ship specifically. So
Gator's Morn, isn't that more north, I think?
I think it will tell us when we agree.
Well, I think we went there before in our last playthrough.
Yeah. Although the sea is randomized, the only thing that's consistent is the coasts.
Fuck.
All islands get their position. It's semi-randomized. Like, certain islands are always guaranteed to be the north. Some are always guaranteed to be the western or eastern sea or central sea. But for the most part, they're randomized. Welcome aboard. The august travel writer shakes your hand. His grip is distressingly strong. Thank you. It's Gator's Morn I'm bound for first, he says. I hear they... He hurries over to your stroker, who is carrying his steamer trunk up the gangplank. No need to trouble yourself. Give it here. Remember, Captain. Gator's Morn. I'll pay you 150 echoes when we arrive. Bound for Gator's Morn. Notable stories seem to turn up where the august travel writer goes. Alright. So now what? London, lodgings, ambitions, or do we talk to some of our crew?
Let's go to London for now.
She's the greatest city in the Untersee, and don't you forget it. So we can adopt a Blegenham Galaventier. A Blegenham sits atop a splintered crate, clicking and whistling at captains as they come near. Blemigans are tiny mushroom people. We'd adopt it and it would be a second option for our ship mascot.
Yeah. The comatose ferret gives us health, right?
1 heart, yeah. We can have both aboard our ship and we just change which one's equipped. Yeah. Visit the Admiralty's survey office. Oh wait, what?
Yeah, let's go to the survey office for now.
They'll pay you for information from they'll pay for information from Z captains. Find out what and how. The Admiralty survey office. The Admiralty's picket fleets and intelligence networks are long gone. The survey office pays Z captains for a small sum for recent information. Visit and investigate the ports to gain port reports, and trade them in here. The first time you trade in a port report, you'll gain Admiralty's favor. Ask if there's anything in particular they need. Well, if we can be assured of your discretion. ask to speak to the higher authority, do you have an appointment, or leave the Admiralty. You don't have anything else for us. So I'm assuming ask if there's anything. Sleepy?
You cut out for me, man.
Oh. Oh, by the way, there is... Sorry, I'm just responding to chat. There is game audio, it's just very, like, quiet when we're at dock. Because you're reading mostly, it doesn't play any music, and, like, all you get is loose ambient dripping sound effects. So you won't hear much of the game. Although, that being said, I'll go ahead and turn up the game a little. I'll keep the music quiet, though. But yeah, I assume we're gonna go and ask if there's anything particular they need, right?
Oh, yeah.
This port. Speak to our agent here and return. We'll see that you're rewarded. Visit the port below and return to London. Retrieve strategic information from Gilder's Morn! What a coincidence! That actually is coincidental. All this is randomized. In the Corsair's Forest, somewhere not far from home waters. So, that means it's going to be very close to London. I'll point out roughly what that means when we look at the map in a bit. We need more, 2 favors or more to speak to a higher authority, so let's move on. So, we can still adopt the Blemigan. I'm going to skip over the ones that are locked. Hire more crew. Sensible sailors are looking for a safe run to the tomb colonies. Or at least a sane run to the southern archipelago.
Hire more crew.
Yeah. You'll need to buy drinks, spread around hiring fees, and look for daredevils. Oh wow, we're guaranteed to succeed because our hearts. So, we're gonna go out and just be like, come see the ocean, like the beautiful sea. You just risk your life for a high bounty. 30 echoes per crew member. All right. Rich pickings. Your tall tales find a ready audience. Scared and seasoned men and women tramp aboard and find places to sling hammocks. We got 2 crew members.
Yep. Let's get the tomb colonist, and then let's get the fucking weird mushroom dude.
Alright. Offer passage to a tomb colonist. An immigrant will pay to be taken north, to Vanderbright. So, for those listening and watching the YouTube upload, I'm pretty sure that, like, in London... So, I don't know this positively, but I don't think people can die in London of of age. They just keep getting older and older. So, after a while, they move north to the tomb colonies, because people don't like seeing their bodies, like, getting, like, wretched and shriveled. It's oddly difficult to die in fallen London. But when a Londoner is too tatty and wretched to live, they wrap themselves in bandages and take a ship for the tomb colonies. Your crew cart these ones aboard in a padded coffin. They'll sleep there until the journey is done. The tomb colonist is in your hold. Take them north to the colony of Vanderbright and sell them there. And then adopt a Blemigan Gallivantier. A polite bow.
Yes.
You extend your hand to the and the Blemigan leaps on. Its tendrils entwine with your fingers. It chitters quietly. It meets your gaze and bobs its dome in greeting. It's very small. Is it old enough for Navy service? You're pretty sure its mustache has been drawn on in pen in an attempt to look older. As you approach your ship's gangplank, the creature flutes and vibrates with apparent happiness. The bosun winces as you bring it aboard. Alright, and I think that's all we have to do in London. Because we don't need to put our ship in dry dock.
Yeah, let's head to our lodgings.
And yeah, all we can do is read. So, your lodgings. Here you may catch up with your correspondence, rest or retire altogether from or retire altogether from seafaring life. The better your lodgings, the better the quality of your retirement, naturally. So yeah, this is the one ways we can do it. As we upgrade our house, we gain the ability to pass on more and more to our next character if we retire rather than die. Read the morning papers. An unexpected, unexpurgated, the Unexpurgated Gazette, the magazine formerly known as the London Magazine, the Spiteful Trumpeter, news. And this will give us some recent news, which is a valuable resource out at sea. News from home. The Echo Bazaar, the enigmatic marketplace, has increased its tax on love stories. The Traitor Empress has forbidden singing it in the streets outside her palace. The anarchists of the Calendar Council have inexplicably dynamited a drinking fountain. I've never heard dynamite used as a verb. The Ministry of Public Decency has located and destroyed a nest of Gallblighter wasps. Which I think is... Gallblighter. I think that's a thing you can actually fight in...
Gallblighter.
Their web game. Alright. Then we can do ambition, or pursue our ambition.
Yeah. Let's do that one.
The Blind Helmsman is a wolf stock institution. A wolf stock institution. A centuries-old pub held together by a crust of fry, smoke, and nautical mementos nailed to the walls. I can't believe I read nautical wrong. When you enter, the salt-scared navigator is already in full flow. A city deep in the interior, Nidia, it's called. There, they decided to spawn. They decide the span of life. So, we are going to need a cask of mushroom wine in order to get the info from him. So if we switch to the Blemigan, he gives us 3 mirrors and 2 pages. Would you rather have him or the ferret as our mascot?
Yeah, let's roll with that, because we don't really need the hearts.
Alright. What a keen little mushroom. Do you want to talk to either of our officers? Sleepy?
Hmm?
Do you want to talk to either of the officers?
We only have one, don't we?
Well, we can talk to them at the Blemigan. We'll interact with.
Okay, then yeah, let's go talk with our chief engineer.
Speak to... Oof. Speak to the Gall-eyed engineer. You're so beautiful, she tells you dreamily.
Oh,
there are There are briars in your mouth. Her left eye pulses slowly. It's always difficult to know what she's actually seeing. So, we can give her secrets to increase our veils, because in this game, you can't just level up, you need to speak to people to level up specific things. Trade secrets for secrets. But we can ask what she wants. Why has she come to Z? Why has she come to Z in this state? You want to do that?
Yeah.
My eyes will hatch soon. The Gallblighter wasp. You know it? Its children are in me. She smiles. I can't be sorry. I can see such things. She trails off, hungrily watching your face. What is she seeing? King Eater's castle, she says at last, rather breathily. Her hand goes up to her throat. I would like to see King Eater's castle through these eyes before I go. King Eater's castle can be found in the far southeast of the Untersee. Oof. They want us to go pretty far for their quest. Let's
That's a while away.
let's speak to our Blummigan. Your Blummigan Gallivantier. It has made its home on a shelf of your cabin. It has built a nest from loose journal pages, the engineer's scarf, and possibly a pilfered map. We can entertain it. You can see.
Hell yeah.
You can see indentation of You can see the indentation of a porthole on the rim of its cap. It must have been pressing its face to the window again. Is it bored? This will...
Yeah, it's entertaining, little boy.
Something awaits you when nothing awaits us. Alright. A ticklish thing. The Blummigan flails and squirms as you tickle it. Its high-pitched warbles is almost certainly giggling. Then you stop to check that you're not actually hurting it. It wraps its tendrils around your fingers and pulls your hand back, apparently enjoying itself. Adorable. So you're sitting there tickling it, and it's like squeaking and hollering, and you hesitate to make sure it's okay, and she's like, no, more, tickle me. Yeah, I don't think you can actually do much with the mascots, they're just there for a small boost. Let's interact with our ferret. Play with your ferret. It lies across your desk, like a lumpy scarf. A wary roll of the eye. Play, the eye roll says. Play? I played once. In a happy warren in London, before you installed me in this floating coffin and made me eat dried food. Damn your play. It's an eloquent eye roll. So, I love it, the comatose ferret, it just lies on our desk all the time.
Damn.
So we got a little Blummigan forming a nest and playing with us, a bored ferret that just sits there. I like to think that the Blummigan, when we're busy, is trying to get the ferret to play, and the ferret's just not having it. So yeah.
I guess like fuck off, dude.
We've got a coffin sitting in our hold, along with rations and food. I like that the guy we're transporting, he just sits in a coffin in the hold. We also got the writer on board. Alright. So yeah, these are sort of the cards of our hold. And if I go to the journal, again I mentioned this is like a card game. So, we're a mariner, we know something of the Untersee. Our ambition is marked. For memories, we remember our home and our past as a priest. For objectives, get the secrets to immortality, the Admiralty Commission, the Tomb Colonist, and then in miscellaneous is, the guy that we welcomed on board who wants to go to that other place. Almost safe. So we have the quality of being almost safe, whatever that is good for, what it means.
That's kind of creepy, though.
Yeah. We're bound for Gator's Morn, in more ways than one, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we got the Untersee DLC. Alright. So... Now let's go to shops. Now, I believe if we really wanted to, doesn't... Yeah, we could just buy the mushroom wine right now.
Yeah, let's do that.
Alternatively, we could go out and get it at sea. Which, man, it's worth trying to remember. Everything has a different value in different ports. You can make money as a trader if you're really careful and smart. So do you want to just buy the wine here? Or do you want to wait until we can get it, like, steal it from pirates or something?
No, let's get it here.
Alright. Coax the tales of immortality from him. Nydia's walls are... Nydia? Like Nydia? See, that's the fun thing about cosmic horror and names. It's often hard to know what it's supposed to be pronounced as, so I'm gonna go with Nydia. Or Nyda. Nyda. We'll go with Nyda. Nyda's walls are basalt, but within them, it's as close to paradise as a man can make. 1,000 fountains, the streets paved with gem slabs, and the air sweet with honeysuckle and orange grove. How does he know? Has he been there? A casket of mushroom wine. Get him drunk, make him talk. Straight from the source. One bottle, and he loosens his waistcoat. A second, and he loosens his tongue. No, I've never been to Nida. Not in the flesh, at least. He leans close. But I once tasted red honey. The red honey contains the memories of people because it's made using brains.
Right.
I once tasted red honey, and the memories of a man who had. I only saw fragments, and an army at the wall, a breach, a relaying cry, liberty, equality, eternity. A third bottle. Where could you taste these more memories for yourself? Go to the Isle of Cats. Talk to the cat's chiefest claw. Ask about the far-traveled notoriety. But if you're wise, you'll do like me. Use what you learn to get free drinks. Immortality's for gods and monsters.
And we all know what I'm gonna be. A motherfucking monster.
Alright. Are you like sitting back and forward?
Yes.
I can tell when you're sitting back because that's when you get quieter.
Yeah, that's because I have a decent fucking mic.
Cecil pushed me, huh? Alright. So let's get some supplies. Everything here is just for buying and selling at other places. This is some weaponry. This is more weaponry. Or no, this is like the top tier equipment. This guy sells like the best of the best stuff. Iron and Misery Company sells some good stuff. This guy sells lights. Yeah, this is engines at Iron and Misery, as well as a secret compartment. I think you can visit Iron and Misery in the web game, but I don't remember. Alright, I think we're good on fuel and supplies, I mean, we should spend the last bit of our money before we head out, or at least a little bit of it, on supplies while we're in London where it's cheaper.
Yeah.
Let's get some food, some fuel. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
What is our Gaullite engineer doing, by the way? Oh, veils up. Makes sense. They have weird eyes. Alright, and after well, not a full hour because there was probably about 20 minutes of the in-between phase, but after a good chunk of time, we're finally getting ready to head out to Z. So if I open the map, close to London probably means within this region around here is where we'll find Gator's Morn. Vanderbright is always guaranteed to be right around here. And then our engineer wants to go somewhere down here in the map to die, or before they die. So, are we gonna go up to Vanderbright first, or hunt for Gator's Morn first? What's your call, Captain?
And where's anyone?
What?
Damn. Oddly for me, you're cutting out like a lot.
Oh. It's probably other people in my home using the internet for stuff. Hopefully the stream's not getting fucked up too much. But yeah, do you want to go to Vanderbright or Gator's Morn first? Sleepy? Sleepy boy. Uh-oh.
So, which one's closer?
Well, Vanderbright is guaranteeably, like, I know where it is, because Vanderbright's one of the nailed down locations that never moves. It's going to be a little north. Gators Morn could be anywhere close to London. Like within this region that I'm circling. So
Vanderbright? Is that the one? What? Or is that Gators Morn?
Vanderbright is somewhere nearby. Gators Morn is guaranteeably in one spot that I can go straight to.
Okay, then let's find Gators Morn, then let's find Vanderbright.
Alright. So now we set off. So, to explain more of how the game works, it's a sailing game, you move around. When you're in light, your terror doesn't fill up, but when you're in the dark, terror fills up. Terror can drive your crew mad. It is reduced by docking at shores.
You cutting out might be on mine.
You can see our logbook in the bottom left, which will say when we spot things and when days pass and events occur. And, oh wait, is Gators Morn a guaranteed location? I just thought Gators Morn might be the island to the south that was guaranteed to spawn there. Let's see, actually, now that I think about it. But, whenever we discover a location, we get a little bit of fragments, and at enough fragments, we'll gain a secret. Is this place Gators Morn? Hang on. Because I just remembered that this place guaranteedly spawns. That bell means that we've been out for a full day, which means that we can now find new secrets. No, that's Quakers Haven. Well, let's stop at Quakers Haven for a second anyway while we're here. Alright, Quakers Haven. God, I'm gonna dismiss the submarine tutorial. Alright. Quakers Haven. Once this simple fishing village was part of London's suburbs, before London fell and the waters rushed in. Smoke spirals from the cottage chimneys. A lonely hill rises behind the town. So, going to the options we can actually do. We can explore the shore, wander a little along the shore. That will... Time is past in one free. So I think we might only be able to do one of these things, but we'll see. Pick up a wretched mog. Meow. Meow. A yellow-eyed, mangy, piebald thing winds around your ankles, like a manacle chain. You've never seen a cat's mouth open that wide. Presumably he's hungry. If we feed the cat 3 supplies, it'll come aboard our ship. Chat to the fishermen. They sail the Z around the island. They mend their nets by the harbor. They see all that happens here, but need coin to open their mouths. Visit the hilltop above town with a test of pages, difficulty 81, or an 81% chance of passing. Visit the hilltop above town. There's not much wind in the Untersee, but Mutton Island suffers every gust and buffets from an inexplicably local fragment of weather, and the air on the hilltop sometimes carries interesting scents. What are you thinking, Sleepy, out of the 4 we can do?
Sleepy is not here, but I am.
Oh.
At least as far as voice chat goes.
Oh, Sleepy disappeared. And welcome, Josh, you're very quiet.
Well, I showed up and I literally said, it took me a second when I saw your post to realize you were saying sorry for doing a different stream than you said you were going to do.
Oh, yeah.
Initially, I was like, why are you playing the game of Sorry by yourself?
Oh, yeah.
That took me a moment. And I got
for context
response, so I just kind of sat here and I was like, how long is it going to take him to notice that I'm here?
Yeah, because I don't have Discord open on the side. Talk for me real quick.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, you're loud enough that the audience should hear you fine. Yeah, for those who don't know, I had initially announced this as a art stream by mistake, but then I realized that today was the gaming day, and I corrected myself on social media and Discord and everything. Yeah, but welcome, Josh. We're playing some Sunless Sea, and Sleepy has messaged me. Apparently, his Discord, effed up.
I do recall seeing Sunless Sea free on Epic and nabbed it. How is it?
I personally very much enjoy it. Yeah, it's currently free on Epic for those who don't know. The base game without the, Submariner update. And, I don't know. It's a very much like a text-based game mixed with a sailing game. At shore, it becomes a text-based RPG, like, with mostly, like, you know, a lot of decision-making and resource management. And then at sea, you know, you're managing your ship, naval combat, and trying to be very careful to, you know, not die. I've had it for a while. It's got a lot of cosmic horror undertones and a silly tonality to it at times. I'd describe it as Night Valiant.
Tonality. Do you mean like they're cracking humor that makes sense, or is it silly in the way that the Hitman franchise can be silly at times?
It's
where it
silly.
feels like you're playing an NPC amongst a dynamic group of actual humans.
So, I just described it as Night Valiant, where like what they do is like, it's a world full of Lovecraftian horrors, but everybody in the world is so accustomed to the Lovecraftian horrors that they're just like, oh yeah, you know, the weekly elder god sacrifice, yeah, it's a thing, you know.
Okay, it's like, the eldritch horrors are out tonight.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you'll come across islands that are doing the weirdest shit, but everybody treats it as mundane and boring.
And it's like, why are you worshipping this coconut? Oh, we have to, otherwise we die.
Yeah.
Things like that.
So, with Sleepy's absence, how about you take control of the ship for now?
Oh, God. We're going to crash.
So, we have just landed in Quakers Haven, and we have a few things we can do. Were you here for the whole reading of the options?
Yeah, but I was only half paying attention, because I was also like, he doesn't know I'm here. Maybe I should play a loud noise to startle him.
Oh, please don't do that, because that would scare the shit out of the listeners, too.
That would have been funny. Explore the shore, pick up a wretched mug, chat to the fisherman, the hilltop above town. What are the other ones?
These are the only ones that we can actually select. Everything else is locked.
Oh, okay, I see.
God, it's weird. You're like very quiet on my end, but the the stream readout says that you're hitting the yellow, so you should be fine.
Yeah, I've had stuff like that happen before, where the best way to check it was to just go to the stream and check that.
Yeah, I'm trusting the audio bar though. Also, I have chat to let me know if something sounds weird. Alright, so what do you think we should do? Explore the shore.
The mog sounds very interesting.
I think it's like, we'd basically be paying 3 foods to get a pet cat.
Yeah.
Is
it actually a cat, though?
It's a wretched mog. It looks like a cat. Also, I really like
Yeah, that's the question. Is it actually a cat, or what the hell is it?
I would love to get a deck of cards that have all of the artwork in this game. And just like...
The artwork looks pretty good.
Yeah, it's very pretty. There's some artwork that you look at and you're like, wait, what's wrong with this person's head? But I feel like that's usually intentional when somebody has like a misshapen appearance.
Exploring the shore seems like a pretty low-risk option.
Alright. That will use our something awaits us at sea, or at shore, and another day, time will pass on Mountain Island.
Yeah, that seems like a fairly safe option. Maybe something will be discovered.
We wander along the shore. Oh. You take a stroll along the beach. Perhaps the Z has brought you something. So we can either find driftwood, a smooth, dark surface, something glinting, just a bottle, glass,
or
a nasty glob of goo. It lies on the shingle of a discarded heart.
Okay, the
or like a
goo
discarded
glob
heart.
sounds intriguing.
You want to find the glob of goo?
Sure. Let's see if it's anything or if it's just goo.
Scoop it up. It wraps in cloth, wrap it in cloth and carry it cautiously back to the ship. Perhaps it contains something less disgusting. You have an unprepossessing mass. An unappealing glob of organic matter and dripping fluids retrieved from somewhere you'd rather not think about. Oh.
I figured it was gonna do something like eat my hand when I touched it.
I'm so sorry, everybody. That probably blew out your ears.
It's kind of quiet. In the Discord.
There's probably something horrible inside, but possibly there is not. So our options are choice cuts. It won't keep, but it looks tasty. So we can eat it, I guess? Or... Hey.
Why would you eat this thing?
You have an unprocessing... Okay. Or fling it overboard. The smell alone is reason enough. You will gain nothing, but at least you won't suffer a terror effect. So either get rid of it and do nothing. Yeah. So the game has a terror mechanic. Our terror ticks up, and as it ticks up, it basically means our crew's getting scared and going mad. And that can affect decisions on shores, and that can eventually cause our crew to mutiny if terror is full. I've never had terror go above, like, 2 or 3.
What's that now?
0.
You know what? Sure. Eat it. Why not?
It won't keep, but it looks tasty.
Why not?
Bland but sustaining. It's rather like eating trout. If the trout had tried to kill you a few hours ago, take that, Errata's trout. Our hunger is reset, so it didn't give us food to store, but our people ate, so the hunger bar emptied out. What happens is as time goes, this hunger bar fills, and if it hits the line in the middle, we eat one of our supplies. If we have no supplies, it keeps ticking, and if it hits full, we'll have to find other ways to feed our crew or starve.
You know, that seems actually like it wasn't that bad of a choice.
Yeah.
I expected to touch the mass and something weird was going to happen, and then I expected to be given the option to either fling it overboard or eat it. That eating it was going to cause some weird thing to happen, but instead it was just, like, free food.
What it is there's a series of, like, dice rolls going on in the background we're not seeing, so I bet you several things could have happened on touching it, and then we got food, and several things could have happened on eating that food. Like, maybe we would have eaten it and found a human eye and been like, oh!
Alright.
I
see.
What else can we do on Quakers Haven?
Question.
We can no longer climb the hill. So, we can either pick up the wretched Mog or chat with the fisherman. What are you thinking?
That thingy feels like it might be a burden, so talking to the fisherman seems like a good way to spend
the cat will just be another mascot that we can trade in and out. Having more officers isn't a burden ever, but it also costs us 3 of our food to get it out of 6.
Right. Is 6 a low amount of food for this game?
You go through about a food a day, and a day, like, 6 isn't necessarily low. Like, it's enough that if I hit a port with cheap food, I'd buy more. But it's also enough that I wouldn't be rushing to port. 3 is enough that I'd probably start trying to make my way to a port where I can buy food.
Alright, so yeah, chat to the fisherman seems like the better choice.
Alright, so we pay them 1 echo. Literally 1 echo. Well, we have 9, so costs us 1/9 of all of our money. Alright.
That's not too bad.
Little ships, little secrets. Pirates playing the waves. Smugglers at work. Conite ships putting in to resupply. Nothing dramatic, but enough to interest the Admiralty. I can't say Admiralty. Bleh. So what we just got was a port report. They asked us to go to a different port, but we can get port reports from every port we stop at and sell that for small rewards back at London to the Admiralty. So it's worth...
okay, so we spent an echo and then got something worth...
Yeah.
How much?
It'll get us a little bit of food and supply back at the Admiralty, as well as maybe some favors. So it's definitely worthwhile trade.
Okay, cool.
And we're not gonna get the cat?
You can get the cat if you want to. That's your decision.
I'm sure it'll be here when we come back.
Alright.
So... There's
I
no
probably
shops
wouldn't
here.
do it from the way you described how the food, mechanic works.
Yeah.
And at what point you would be concerned.
So now, opening up the map, that's the journey distance we've traveled. Every one of those little stars is a buoy which serves as a light source. So you can if you want to like avoid having your terrors raise, you can use those connect the dots to get to shore with minimal darkness.
Ah, I see. But if you were low on food, you might have to cut through the darkness to make it to a port on time, and the terror would go up.
Exactly, and risk terrifying your crew. So there's times to be cautious and there's times to be bold. So, all in all, the map's sizable but not unsurmountably large. For now, we're going to continue on Captain Sleepy's old message and keep looking for Gator's Morn.
Gator's Morn.
Yeah. So yeah, the premise of this is that we're in... London was sold to the underworld or something, or some elder god or something during the Victorian era, and a swarm of bats came and took London underground. So we're in a deep underground cavern. That's a pirate. Let's fight.
The reaction is just, we should fight it.
It's a pirate. You know? Eek. Okay, now we're
I know in the real world, people would typically want to avoid pirates if they met up with them. Would usually just want to cooperate because it just wasn't worth it.
Yeah. The pirates are just a generic enemy for the most part, so it's always worth attacking them for supplies. The ship is yours. What will you do with her? Loot and scuttle her. She is a vile old vessel. These Z's aren't safe. Take what you can and move on. Lean pickings. These pinacers don't sail far from their hidden harbor, but there's something at the back of the hold. We found a cache of curiosities. Crates, the source of sustenance and the fundamental element of cargo. So let's look inside them. A crate of supplies, hardtack and water, an unexpected box of nails. A would-be wit remarks that the nails look tastier than the hardtack, until an officer's glare silences her. Which, man, either it was our mushroom glaring at her, or is this person, and I'd silence at their glare as well.
I think the mushrooms glare would probably freak me out more than the other one.
Do you see their eyes? Hold on.
Yeah, I do see their eyes, but
their eyes writhe and pulse,
the eyes
by the way.
A living mushroom would freak me out more than some...
Blummigans are a common sight in the Untizzy. Oh!
Yeah, I mean, if I lived in this world, I'd probably be used to it.
Clicking away stopped me from getting the food, I think. Shit, I didn't realize that was a thing that would cancel it. Oh well.
Well, you have 8 supplies up there.
Oh no, you're right. We got it, even though I didn't click confirm.
So actually, you probably could have gotten that cat and been alright.
Yeah. What's this over here? Fog also raises terrors, but also is a massive boon to your defense. What did we just discover? The Possum
Island.
Oh, it's a set of underwater or volcanoes pushing up out of the water. It looks like. Oh, you know what I'm forgetting to use? The Z-Bat. The Z-Bat is a trained talking bat that we send out, and it marks nearby locations.
That would have been useful.
Oh, it just marked Demoxys Island for us, and then we immediately found it. We're not looking for Demoxys, but let's stop here.
There's no harm in stopping at an island, is there?
Yeah, nah.
Can some islands be, like, hostile towards you?
Yes, but, like, you'll have a chance to retreat, kinda, you know, it's... The game will never just fuck you over the moment you take port.
Okay,
you'll
so
have
it's like you'll get on the island and the locals will be like, "Hey, who are you?"
Yeah, the game's very fair and strongly telegraphs when you're about to take a risk. It makes enemy ships stand out different from friendly ones. It always puts titles over everything. It tells you if you're doing a skill check. The game is hard and punishing, but not unfair. Demoxys Island, a fetid forest of fungus. Iron and Misery Company Fungal Station. I&M has a fungar operation here, felling giant bulgus shrubs and for building materials, harvesting Carly for its medical properties. It's a desperate little outpost of something like civilization. Up puffs the affable factor. Oh, hello, Captain. Thank God for visitors. We'd go quite mad out here otherwise. Quite mad. How can we be of assistance? So,
Lady feels at home.
We can have tea with them, explore Demoxys Island, compile a port report, or gather supplies with a test of luck 60% chance of success. If we have terror of 50, we aren't allowed to do it. So our people refuse to explore the island if they're too scared.
Yeah, they're just like, go out to this random island of mushrooms. Like, no.
Yeah.
We're not doing that.
So do we want to have tea with the factor, explore the island, compile a port report, or gather supplies?
Tea and port report seem like two good ideas.
Alright. Tea with the factor. The poor fellow needs the company, and he can spare an hour away from his schedule. Ooh. An interlude. You sit on the veranda of the factor's house, looking out over the fungal jungle. An expanse of green and sour gold. The air is thick with hovering spores. The scones are stale. Even the tea has a hint of mildew. But the factor is good company. He shares odd stories about the ice and the roses of Irem, the monstrosities of the sea, of lilies, and a little restaurant in Vanderbright where he enjoys the most exorbitant or extraordinary seafood. Vanderbright, I know. I'd never met a tomb colonist who could cook, but you must visit the place. Do you know it? He also has a load of Bolagus frond carted aboard your ship. He waves away your thanks. I've eaten so much of this stuff, I fear I might be transformed entirely into fungus. He leans confidently toward you. It happens, you know. But one does not eat, rather, one does have to eat rather a lot of it first. So, our terror has been decreased, because, you know, we had a calming tea.
Yeah.
That's all there. We got some fragments, gained some supplies, and we've been told of an exceptionally fine restaurant in Vanderbright. So he gave us a box full of mushrooms, and now we can find a restaurant in Vanderbright. So, I just realized that used up our something is happening at sea trait. After a day passes while you're at sea, you'll get that trait, and certain actions are only available when you have that. So that blocked us from some of the other things. But I think we picked the best thing. We can still compile a port report, though.
Yeah, that seems like a good idea.
Yeah.
Compiling a port report.
The Admiralty likes to keep an eye on the Iron and Misery activities. Of course, business of spores. Of course, I&M's activities here don't seem that interesting. Nevertheless, you record what you can. Do you want to gather supplies? 40% chance that it goes bad.
What happens if it goes bad? Do people, like, die? You don't necessarily need the supplies, I'd say, but if you want to give it a shot, go for it.
We'll push on.
Odds are a little better than a coin flip.
Yeah. Actually, fun fact, a coin flip is not 50-50.
No, it's not. It's slightly biased towards the side that's facing upwards.
No.
You flip it, I believe?
It's slightly biased to land heads up when you just do an initial flip, because the tail side is slightly heavier, because the pattern on all coins has more design on the tails.
Ah. I doubt it's that big of a deal, though.
Yeah, it's one of those things that is like, it barely makes a difference. But if you're ever in a coin flip situation, you want to hinge your odds, figure out first if it's going to be based on how it lands, or whether or not they're going to do the catch smack on arm thing, and use that to determine your side.
The catch smack on arm thing.
There is a giant crab over there. Moody's light.
Sounds threatening.
It's very threatening. Let's fight it.
Sounds threatening. Indeed. Let's fight it.
If I dance around this rock, he won't be able to get us easily.
That is a good point.
Oh, look, he's caught up on the rock. That makes our life easier. Come on, line up the shot. Oh god, this is just such an easy crab hunt.
You get it?
Oh, he's getting off. He's getting off the rock. Okay. We can get meat and possibly other stuff. Oh god, oh god, oh god. Mistakes were made.
You know what the at-sea aesthetic of this game kind of reminds me of?
What?
We need to go deeper.
I've never played that. I know it's got like very cosmic.
It's got like a 2D steampunky feel.
Yeah, I remember watching a bunch of videos on it when it first came out way back in the day.
Yeah, it's out fully now. It's no longer in early access, and my old boyfriend used to play it with me all the time, but unfortunately our schedules don't line up anymore.
Yeah, I barely got away from this beach. Alright. Oh.
Because there was only two of us, we would always get a bot, and we would put the bot on the guns, because it would then literally be aimbot.
Shit. Yeah.
Are you okay?
Just terrifying crab stuff. Oh, you're probably getting the delay of the stream, so you're not seeing things as they happen to me.
The stream's also a little bit choppy.
That's weird. This isn't even a very intensive game.
The weird part about it is all of the audio is perfectly fine. It's only the visuals that are choppy. So I'm thinking it might just be my end.
Fuck. Nick me again. Oh, no. Holy shit, that was close.
Yeah, no, we need to go deeper was insanely fun.
So, what's happening here, by the way, to explain the combat to people, has that little circle fills up, that is our chance to hit. So if it's completely full, we are guaranteed to land a hit. But if it's only partially full, then, you know, it's a percentage
so
based
like
on how much of the ring is full.
50-50.
Exactly. Oh god. I panicked and fired my shot. I shot and I missed.
Was that a Game Grumps thing?
Yeah.
That they did? I think I remember seeing a clip of that.
Terrifying crab fight. Right. We're lining up a shot even if we can't actually get the shot right now. Oh god. I'm taking the risk in trying to fight this thing.
Yeah, there was a reason I was like, is it threatening? And you went, yes, very. Like, there's a reason I asked if it was threatening.
I mean, it only deals 10 damage per hit, so we can survive 8 hits off it.
We're already down to 40.
Yeah, I meant like 8 hits total.
Yeah, I know, but I'm pointing out that,
God.
like, you've already taken a lot of those hits.
Trying to put some distance between us, because now I'm getting an idea of how far he can actually charge. God, run. Ooh.
One idea kicking around in my head that I, in all honesty, probably won't follow through with, but I thought it might be a cool idea. Basically, I found a site which is Twitch, but NSFW. And so I had an idea to do a stream, like, once a week where I just go and I, like, find weird, like, adult games to play. And just stream it to there.
I mean, that's the thing you could do. And then censor it and upload it to YouTube and get demonetized. Or hell, just make a Pornhub account.
Hopefully, I'd have to rely on Pornhub not doing a purge again.
God, this guy's terrifying me.
I thought about doing it because the site, it's literally just Twitch, but, like, some of the people, like, stream naked or play porn games or whatever. I've considered doing it just because you can find some really hilarious stuff.
Welcome to my playthrough of Minecraft CBT. Anytime I get killed, I must punch myself in the nuts as hard as I can. Oh no, I died again. Oh, I've just been so bad this episode. I keep dying. Oh god.
Good.
Desperate measures. Oh god, we're out of fuel. Without fuel, your ship is just an oddly shaped house located somewhere you really don't want to live. This will disappear as soon as you have fuel. Okay,
Getting fuel, though.
Two more shots. And then we can just go back into Iron and Misery and buy it there. Fuck. I wasn't watching the fuel. I'm a fool. Soupy's gonna come back and it's just gonna be like, oh yeah, I killed your captain. What? I wanted to fight a crab.
I did ask if this is a good idea. And your ship is lost over half of its health. You've run out of fuel and you've eaten through your supplies.
Quickly, Iron and Misery Company, please. Come on, drift into shore. No! No, we're right there. Okay, good. We were close enough to dock.
My god.
Oh no. We can't afford fuel. Alright, hang on.
You might have to repurpose your supplies.
We could spend 2 supplies on 1 fuel. Chance 1 supply on 1 fuel. And then...
Is the chance just about a 50-50? Because if so, then on average you'd be going through 2 supplies to get 1 fuel. It just wouldn't be guaranteed.
50-50.
Yeah.
So you want to do a few less supplies?
It's not a guarantee, but honestly, on average, it would be 2 supplies per fuel, chancing it, so might as well chance it.
Yeah. Better luck next time.
Alright, and then I just chance it
Better
again.
luck next time. Fuck, okay.
Are you serious?
Only got 2 supplies left, we're gonna go for the guarantee.
Okay.
We have 1 fuel, we're gonna start charging for home. Let's have tea with the factor. That gives us more food, which we will definitely need. And you know what?
Sure.
Let's chance some supplies. A fung of dread. The spores lie thick on your face. They coat your tongue. One crew member begins to whimper. Oh Christ, he says. They've reached my heart. I think I'll be harvest yet. Harvest yet! You have to drag him back to the ship before he's calm again. So they get scared. We're at Terror 8.
I cannot believe that out of 3 times chancing the supplies, none of them gave fuel. That's unlucky.
This time we got more supplies from this, though. Alright, let's, Alright, launch. Come on, let me engage in combat. There we go, because it's almost dead.
You know, Brian, I guarantee you if frogs were big enough, they would probably eat people.
If what was big enough?
Frogs.
Oh,
Have you
definitely.
seen how those things eat? They're violent as hell.
So, we can dissect it for knowledge. For a 32% chance of success, or butcher it for supplies.
I think, given the current conditions, butchering it for supplies is probably a good idea.
An unprocessed mass and 1 supply.
Well, the unprocessed
That was
mass would be useful if you're hungry.
Use the unprocessed mass. We've got 5
You
hunger.
You might as well.
2 supplies. Edible if salty. Keep it against a hungrier day. All shall be well. All manner of things shall be well. Huh. Okay.
That actually worked out pretty okay.
I mean, all in all, the fight was not worth it. Let's head back to London to get some fuel there.
Oh yeah, you lost so much crap in that. Now, who was the one who questioned if it was a good idea to fight the giant crab? It doesn't look like you're very far into the game, so
Not at all.
I would personally say when something's larger than your ship and you just started the game, don't shoot it.
Come on!
Run.
Alright, let's,
Oh, is that a pirate ship?
No. Guaranteed fuel. So, this ship is here literally just for if you're really low on fuel. They
Did you not have enough
sell...
fuel to get to the ship?
And we did not. These guys... so yeah, hold on. Light ship, far from home. Light ship. Its clear, bright beam warms the way. We can buy fuel for 20 echoes, twice the price it is in London, I believe. They have little to spare, but it's twice the usual price. So yeah, they scalp you on fuel if you need it, essentially. But also, speak to the crew, and let's spend our recent news. Its clear, bright beam warms the way. Speak to the crew, they long for a news of home. Tea beneath the light. In the bleached glare of the lens, among the smell of oil and metal, you sip tea and chat. The Z's terror recedes. Our terror goes down, we got a Z, so we traded recent news for a Z story. Strange truths are told of the waves and what lies beneath. The lies are even stranger. Alright. We should have just enough fuel to get back to London. And then we can trade our favors with our information with the Admiralty for more fuel. That could have gone worse. It could have gone much, much better. I should not have fought the crab. An officer's assistance.
It definitely could have gone a lot better. At least, at worst though, you could be completely out of everything. And dead.
I just heard some terrifying music as I clicked on this man. An offer of assistance. Ahoy, Captain. Out of fuel, are we? That was unwise. we can help for a reasonable price under the circumstances. Pay the tow fee 100 echoes. Jesus.
Oh my god.
We have enough fuel to make it on our own. Salvage rights. Well then, we can give you a lift, but we're legally entitled to take your ship cargo. God bless the master of the bazaar. And salvageables. Okay. This will remove your ship and replace it with something minimal and a tiny bit of fuel. You'll probably lose your cargo too, but you'll keep any cash and lodgings that you have at least.
Don't you
We don't
already
need
have
that.
like a starter ship?
There's a worse ship than this.
Ah.
So yeah, if we are as close as those two red dots, those guys appear. So that's like you are in the shittiest of shit situation. I've had to deal with that once. Returning to London. The lights of London welcome you home. This storyline only appears when you've been at sea for a little while. Collect a message from the harbor master. All the clatter and the song of the dockside, it soothes the soul. Are there messages for you? What's this? Let's see. Something has changed in the Neath. Your time at sea has changed you and London. Someone wants to sign on. That's all for now. We have a free day, and the Rose Market has opened in the Roser's Wharf. Okay. So, let's consider, or hang on, a little gift. A very fine evening to you, Captain. What you might call mentor is very fond of adventurous sea captains, and he would like to offer you what you might call dispensation on account of he is so fond of sea captains. Behind the blind bruiser on the dock stands a dray piled high with fuel and supplies. Inquire further. Who is this patron? Is there a catch? An airy wave. He runs a very fine and very liberal establishment just across the river. What is much patronized by sailors and by men of wit and vigor. And public house. And there is no obligation to speak of. My patron would hope only that you might remember him kindly, and I suppose that if the opportunity should arise for you to return his kindness, then I do not imagine he would refuse your offer. So when me and Sleepy played previously, he accepted this. I feel like that's something he would want.
This?
What?
What is this anyways?
He's offering us a bunch of food and supplies.
Oh, okay. Seems like a good idea. Sorry, I'm only half paying attention. I'm researching a couple different cryptocurrencies at the moment on the side.
Dogecoin.
Yeah, I'm starting to get into it a little and dabble in it, and there's a lot of different ones, and they all function differently, and there's a couple like Compound, where Compound works like a bank, but it's a cryptocurrency. It's weird.
Mm-hmm.
It's really, really weird.
Yeah, cryptocurrency is a weird thing. But, a little gift. Accept the dispensation. Do make sure you have 15 points of space, or do make sure you have 15 points of space in the hold, or come back later. It would be embarrassing to have to leave on the dock. We had enough space. A courteous nod. Well, my patron hopes that you find these little gifts to your liking, and he expects that perhaps someday you might choose to call on him at the Medusa's head. Should that day come, we will make you very welcome and give you any safe conduct what you might require. Good evening to you. He salutes and is gone. 10 fuel, 5 food. We're now considered suspicious. Manacles, suspicion. Oh, You're a rapscal. Oh, you rapscallion. This will increase as you conduct criminal activities or have contact with rough sorts. The higher your suspicion, the more fiercely the excise will search your ship. So if we're carrying illegal goods, they're more likely to search our ship than someone else's.
Okay. Makes sense.
Because now we're suspicious from dealing with that, man. Let's quickly stop by the lodgings, read the morning paper. Hang on. Oh, I thought this was the same every time. The colony is threatening war. They always are. London colonies on the Caroline coast want independence. They always do. The Untersee, the paper's report has undergone an alteration. Not yet it hasn't, you'd know. Oh-ho! A phenomenal coupon from Miss Pendleton's Provisions for half a cask of salt herring. You could use that. Oh, I got a free supply. Nice.
Not bad.
Man, so we're already getting stocked back up in supplies and such. It's not showing the tick up over there or the fuel for some reason, but 7 food, 10 fuel. Man, we got suited back up pretty good pretty fast.
I mean, you are suspicious now.
Yeah, a little bit, but we don't. As long as we don't do anything illegal, it doesn't matter. So, consider a specialist surgeon. She is staying at a respectable boarding house near the docks and has made it known that she is available for work. I specialize in amputations. It's easy to acquire unwanted appendages at Z. For 30 echoes, which we don't have, but we may have that soon. Let's swing by the or actually, hang on real quick. The Rose Wharf Market, what they do is, they, every single day, offer different random things for sale. And we can spend our free day, re-rolling what they sell.
Okay.
They'll randomly, oh no, sorry, they don't randomly buy things, they randomly offer to buy things, is what they do. So, if we happen to have the things that they're interested in, we can make a bunch of money. So they want a smooth and copper long box, or a live specimen. The Rose Market caters to collectors and eccentrics. Anyone with exotic tastes and the gumption to harass Z captains. According to the archaic rules of the market, you can only make 1 trade per visit. Choose wisely. Let's hop to London, visit the Admiralty office. Yeah. Quakers Haven. Been trying the original rubbery lumps, have we? Rubbery lumps is a snack made from, like, weird squid creatures, and they, sell, like, rubbery lumps originates from there. So we trade in our port report, we get 5 echoes, a favor from the Admiral, and 1 fuel. And now if we visit Quakers Haven again, we can get a new port report. Daemix Island. You've been to Daemix's Gate. Report submitted. 20 echoes. Is that where they had wanted us to go? Hold on. That wasn't where they wanted us to go, was it? They wanted us to go to Gators Morn, right? We have 2 favors, so we can actually speak directly to the head, or to a higher officer now, so let's do that. Oh no, we need at least 3. We need more than 2. Okay. So next time we should be able to talk with him. Visit the university. The university has an inexhaustible appetite for secrets, Z specimens, and tidbits of eccentric lore. Provide a secret to prove yourself worthwhile of entry. So by giving up 1 secret or by getting 1 secret we get let in, and then we won't have to give up secrets anymore. So we're basically spending one of our level ups to have access to this location. Oh yes, quite impressed. Oh yes, the university's maritime liaison whispers breathily. Oh yes, this is quite a tasty one. Let me explain it to you. He explains, teeth glittering. Or glintering. What secret would we have told him to be allowed in? Maybe we told him of the restaurant we learned of in the, like up north. We shared our information.
We know about this great restaurant.
Hey, nobody knew that the tomb colonists knew how to cook.
True.
Alright. The Alarming Scholar. The Alarming Scholar is mercurial, to say the least. A creature of sudden moods and provoking teeth. Possibly her... Is it a her? Appointment at the University Maritime Liaison was precautionary to keep his... Is it his? Razor-sharp enthusiasm, sorry. Freudian slip thinking of teeth. From causing too many injuries in the faculty. Ah, yes, the scholar whispers breathily. I have a budget for acquisitions. What have you brought me? So yeah, we can sell Z stories, searing enigmas, dreaded sunrise, scholar, and offer them extraordinary implications, or leave. I'm gonna hold on to the Z story. That might have better use later. But now we can go back there whenever we want.
Seems like a good choice to hold on to that.
Let's...
Also, I am now frustrated.
Why?
I bought $100 of a currency called Cosmos, and seconds after buying it, it dropped like 2% in value. Fuck's sake.
Just remember, don't invest what you're not ready to lose.
Yeah, I was totally willing to chuck $100 in there.
Also, how's your mod pack coming along?
I took a break on it because I made the horrible screw up of forgetting that Create was a Forge mod, not a Fabric one. So I'm thinking what I'm going to do is attempt to rebuild it with Forge as opposed to Fabric, or leave Create out if I can't get a lot of the additions that I really wanted out of the Forge mods.
Yeah, so, yeah, I would honestly... Because, low-key, Create is cool. I don't think I'd ever dabble in Create myself while playing, though.
I'm thinking I might hold off development of that for a little while, though, just because I got pretty dejected after screwing up so badly.
Yeah, that's what happened with me and all of this, where I had made a bunch of YouTube videos, and then I found out none of them were recording properly. And so, like, I took a month away, and then I was like, I'll just Twitch stream.
Yeah, fair enough. I know, one thing I wanted to do was do a Minecraft series where it was just vanilla with Create thrown in, that's it, with a group of friends, and try to set a goal. Like, we're going to make a factory that makes X, and that's what we were going to do. Kind of like how the Yogscast did the Jaffa factory.
Yeah, back in the day. Get some of that old school Minecraft content that we don't have anymore.
Yeah, just something like that where I just kick it with some friends. It's like, okay, we have Create, we're going to use Create to make a factory, and we're going to pick something for it to make. And that's it. That's our goal.
We should definitely pick one of the harder things to make.
Yeah, because if it's like, it's going to make chests, like, that's probably pretty easy if Create can even make chests at
Probably
this point.
something like a cake factory would be a good challenge.
Yeah. And it doesn't have to be Rube Goldberg-esque, but I like the idea just because of how Create works with the whole torch-based physics.
Mm-hmm.
I like the idea of making something Rube Goldberg-esque.
Yeah.
Is that the right word, esque?
Yeah, so. Yeah, like something similar to a Rube Goldberg machine.
Yeah.
But, anyway. So, we're gonna cruise Wolfstack Dock. There is no danger here. Try and enjoy yourself. It's a roll of luck. If you fail, nothing bad happens with these. This is just you go and enjoy your night out on the town while you have free time. Oh, it costs 10 echoes, though.
Ooh.
It means we can't hire the doctor if we do that. Also, oh,
You
I
need
should
the
put the
doctor?
ship in dry dock first. How much would that cost?
Your ship is damaged quite heavily.
We could spend food for a chance to get it fixed.
What's the chance look like?
70% chance of success.
Seems like pretty good odds, but what are the other options for repair?
Nothing we can afford.
Well, then you should probably do that.
Oh, if we had the wretched Mog, we wouldn't be allowed to do that. Oh, because we're employing the Ratus Faber engineers. We're hiring rats to do it. Like talking rats. Because there's talking rat people in this world.
So if you picked up the cat, they would have been like, hell no.
Yeah. The Rats of Fallen London are remarkably skilled engineers, and they know ships well. They're not, however, reliable. Payment is in kind, not currency. So, let's give it a go. Ah, yeah, almost fully fixed our hull. A benevolent infestation. Rats sweep all over your ship like a tide. Day and night, their tiny tools click. Your crew step over them cautiously. Eventually, the rat tide withdraw. A good job they have done. You are fortunate. So, 21 hull fixed, bringing us up to 61. Our turret went down and 5 supplies! 5 supplies!
What cost 5 supplies?
For 21
Oh
hull
my
repair.
God.
That was not worth it. Oh my god.
I thought it was only gonna be like 1 supply or something.
Yeah!
So did you, I assume?
Well, I guess we're not gonna hire the doctor. Cause we need to buy more food, and let's also, cruise Wolfstock Dock. A strange night out. You wake in the back room of the... What?
This game feels like you're never really gonna get to a point where, like, you're on top, you're always gonna be managing to some degree. There's always a bit of threat.
Eventually, you can get very well off, but there's always gonna be a risk.
Yeah. That's what I meant. It feels like you can get to a point where you're doing well, but there's always going to be, like, risks looming over that could kill you.
Yeah. The goal is over the course of generations of Z captains to slowly but surely make it possible for you to, like, you know, to do better. Like, your first captain's gonna die. The goal isn't to win as your first captain. The goal is to set up an easier job for your next captain with what you pass on. It's a roguelite.
Yeah.
You wake in the back room of Gaston's lamprey, head pounding. You had something to drink, but beyond that, it's a little hazy. Your knuckles are bloody. Your blood, you think. And your shirt is bloody likewise. Probably not yours, unless your blood is slick and greenish. You've had better nights out. A difficult brew, Gaston says jamonically. Alright. So, did that give us extra recent news? No. Okay. Now let's head to the shops and buy some food. The rest of the money's gonna go toward 2 food. Alright.
It's a shame it didn't tell you how much food it would cost him for.
Oh, it probably would have, and I just wasn't paying enough attention.
Oh.
So, the map has these grids. We can only see one horizontal grid. Basically, when the map randomizes, it randomizes the grid squares, is what it does.
Okay.
I believe. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know the inner workings of the randomization. And actually, there's a way to cheat where you can go into the game files of, like, you make a save and then you quit. You go into your files and you can find the map image saved and look at it without the fog if you want to cheat, but there's no fun in that.
Bruh.
I think the creators even directly addressed it and they were like, you know, it's not intended, but if you want to do that, you can. Like, you're just gonna be ruining the fun of the exploration. It's kind of like how Bethesda never patched out the basket glitch in Skyrim.
Yeah, things like that, where it's like, yeah, you can do it if you want.
No one's ever gonna find it by accident, so...
Yeah.
Alright.
I mean, if the person who found that was probably trying to steal things. It's like, what if I block their vision?
Where do I wanna... Let's sail back down to Blind Island and beyond. But yeah, the coastlines, like I said earlier, you weren't here for this though, the coastlines are locked in place permanently. They don't change. You know? Josh?
Huh?
Oh. I was just worried that you'd gotten disconnected. A tiny crab! This shouldn't be as bad to fight. Yeah, 2 shots and this thing will go down. Oh, Jesus. Dissect it with an 83% chance for knowledge. Or butcher it for supplies. Let's butcher it for supplies. Oh, it doesn't store food, it just empties our hunger. Which, in this case, was helpful.
You got lucky off of that lark.
Hmm? What'd you say? What'd you say?
You got lucky when you killed off that large crab and got all the supply.
Oh, yeah. And then there's Josh. He's dead. DK. Chunky's dead. I fucking love the Chunky's dead video. It's so stupid. Alright. Let's send out our bat so we can mark a thing on our map potentially. Nothing in range yet. God, the entirety of Quakers Haven.
Large crab would have gotten, like, piss all.
Yeah. Alright, so now we're gonna dock. Quakers Haven. So... Do we want to explore the shore or visit the hilltop above town with an 83% chance of success on a Veils check?
I almost did. My headphones. Hello?
Hello? Can you hear me, Josh? And then there's Josh. He's dead. DK. Josh is dead. We'll chat with the fisherman for report.
You are breaking up a ton.
Oh, I hope I'm coming through fine on the stream still.
You're breaking up a ton, Brian.
Yeah, I know, I hear you.
Yep.
Hapa.
It seems to be good now, though?
Okay. Might have just been something weird with my internet for a moment. So should we explore Quaker's Shore or visit the hilltop above town? Those are mutually exclusive options.
Oh, nope. It's back.
We'll just, explore the shore.
Seems like a safe choice.
Mm.
And yeah, you know what I almost did by accident, which would have been bad?
What do you mean?
I was signing into my bank account to transfer some money over to my spendings account for my savings so I can go grocery shopping, right?
Mm-hmm.
And out of habit, because I was messing up the password, I almost began to recite my password out loud.
Oh my god. In the middle of a fucking live stream. My social security number is 777 7777 77 7777 77779.
Actually know mine off the top of my head. I know there's a 0 in it, but that's it.
I don't think anyone knows off the top of their head.
My grandfather.
A contest of riddles.
Of course he does.
Fisher folk, sailors, a shady couple of likely pirates, and is that a drown a drowny down there by the water's edge. They sit around a fire at the Z's edge and pass around a bottle of something viscously black. They're wagering on a riddle. Will you join them? Bet 1 echo for a 33% chance of success. Fuck it, it's 1 echo. A whale's eye? The fishermen chuckle and pound the ground with their fist. City folk, he crows. City folk, pay up. Failed, but we got some XP. Worthwhile.
Yeah, I'm gonna go grocery shopping now.
Alright. You have a nice night. Or day, whatever.
I was supposed to do that a little while ago.
Cycling through guests a lot this stream. Alright, let's launch. So, yeah, let's see what we can find down this way. Nothing. I love the texture work they have in this. That is a friendly ship, because it's all painted up blue. What did they discover? Oh, that's probably just when the coast stops. That's always there. Ooh. Ah, that crab's running deep into the fog. Yeah, so this is the dry dock to the surface. Hundreds of miles of dry dock that just go up and up and up and up to take people back to the surface, to go from a sunless sea to a sea with sun. Oops, I reversed instead of just stopping. I love that artwork. I love so much the artwork in this. Cumian Canal staging area. I assume Sumayan. Here, the dark waters run down from the surface, from a brighter sea. The Sumian Canal stage area. The Sumian ascends through locks and gates, and shadow turns to the sunlight of the surface. Travel to the surface. We don't have the supplies we need for that. So let's listen for surface gossip. The ships of the surface linger here. This is their lifeline to a warmer place. Daylight. This would be a prime spot for a pub or a wine shop, but the interest of the Echo Bazaar and the laws of London prevent it. They don't like competition. Still, there are temporary half-legal hostelries in long mooring ships. Here you trade stories with the standing surface sailors, stories of Paris, of Batavia, the lost ferries and the final isles. A vision of the surface. And gather report. Many ships pass this way. Perhaps you'll pick up something they missed. Business as usual. The gates open and shut. The locks remain free from sabotage. If anywhere besides London is safe in all of the Undersea, it is here. The surface nations have an interest in keeping the way open. Alright. Let's launch. Oops. Launch. Send out our bat again. I doubt he'll find anything. Jellyfish. Let's loop through here. Like a long way. And swing back up to Demexis. Island. Ooh, something's threatening us. The jellyfish. Do a careful cut between the rocks and the buoys. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, it's catching up fast. It discovered something. Okay, if we just keep sailing, we'll hopefully escape it. Okay, it's turning away. What did it say it found? It didn't say. The salt lions. AKA a cheap source of money of a questionable source. The salt lines. 2 basalt beasts, cathedral-sized. 2 basalt beasts, cathedral-sized. They frown eternally at each other across the black waves. The north one carries an encampment. Creeping human figures eat away at features like rot, picking and picking, Anyway, it's features like rot, picking. There's a supply dock below. Visit the hang on. Do they have any shops? No, I didn't think so. Visit the Unmakers. Muscular pick wielders rest on camp stools, watching you approach, passing a hip flask around. An uncourteous overseer beckons you to sit. We get funding from the bazaar, it's true, but Station 5, or is that 5 or 4? IV is 4, but Station 4, I wouldn't call it Station 4. It's a little grandiose. The stones are stuffed with secrets, but most of them are used as garden statuary or occult basalt. Most of them. Some go down to the palace under the bazaar. More tea cakes. So, they're one of the stations of London, an official, like, extension of London, excuse me, London military protecting London's interests from the sound of it. And they're harvesting the basalt for reasons. Compile a port report. Time, basalt, dissolution. I'm getting a phone call. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Notes for the Admiralty. Record of the activities of the Unmakers, such as they are. Rights of stone in silence. Alright, that's all. So. Yeah, we'll launch. And we're gonna make our way northward. I'll keep throwing out the bat just in case he detects anything. So, yeah, he's not gonna find anything before we get there. Tick, tick, tick. Tick, tick, tick. Yeah, we'll swing by that place up north, and then beeline to London. Here the wilder airs mingle with the airs of the near reaches. Daemix Gate, named for the navigator lost. Oh! So we're near Daemix. Okay. Oh, no, wait. No, Gator's Morn is the one we're looking for, not Daemix. We know this is Daemix. We're all out of food. Luckily, we're about to stop here, and tea will give us a little bit more. And I'm tempted to actually dig for more. We will compile a port report. Let's see if we can't push up our terror for a little bit of supply. One more. Alright, and now let's have some tea. gives us more supplies. Yeah. And that should do us. Actually, let's push it. Wary. Because we're heading home right after this, which should calm us significantly. Nervous. Yeah, this is a good... Honestly, having this right here isn't too bad. We might not really need to shop for food going forward if we use this right. Let's push up to near 40. One more. Alright, let's get out of here now. Because that's some pretty frazzled nerves on our crew. So, we'll head home via Moody's Light. Yeah, I think that's good. We'll get that little black square filled in by angling down through it a little bit, too. We'll dock at London. The game saves only when you're docked, which is a nice thing to keep in mind. Oh, something's threatening us. It's a 5-crew pirate ship. We'll leave it be. We're gonna outrun them easily. Okay, considering that disastrous crab hunt, I think we're doing pretty good. No more giant crab hunts until we got much stronger guns. That's what we gotta keep in mind now. That was a waste of resources. But that's what mistakes are for, to learn from. You know what? I think that's where we'll wrap up for now. I'm gonna take a break. I don't know if I'll be streaming more today necessarily. Ooh. Well, let's deal with this first real fast. The Revenue Men. Her Endearing Majesty's Customs Service works closely with both ministry and public decency. The Ministers of the Bazaar today, they have selected you for inspection. Don't cheat them. My whole stream's audio is very quiet. I guess I'll push this up a little bit. I'm just worried I don't want to be like clipping all your ears out. How's that? Much better? Let's see here. So, we don't have any illegal goods, so let's just let them inspect us. Vexed and frustrated, they roam the deck like wolves, tear through your belongings like termites. At least they leave. Collect information from the harbor master. Alright. Oh god, so many events. I was getting ready to wrap up. Good evening, Captain. And what a marvelous evening it is. If you don't mind my saying so, and given that it is my impression you're an obliging sort, I imagine you will not mind at all. The game's too loud now. Alright, let me turn down the game a little bit. What I'm ideally trying to get is like an audio point where everything will sit forever. And since you're so very obliging, perhaps you wouldn't mind making a little detour via Mount Pamlerston with a few articles of cargo if you happen to be in the area. The cheery man will, of course, cover your expenses for the trifling inconvenience. 1 unit of cargo space. Sorry, I was reading them to myself. I don't know where that location is. I've never been there. So, ask if there is another test you can perform. I see you are hesitant. Perhaps you could, perhaps you find Mount Palmerston unbearable. Or you could, and who could blame you? Well, if you have the vigor, and there is another matter which you might assist me with. Here the bruiser. Okay. Yes, I think you would be very suitable for this task. Very suitable indeed. Sorry. My, an assignment, his laborship, or an assignment, his laborship, my lady. My my employer is a gentleman of considerable vitality and also humor. However, and as much as it pains me to say, he's not the man he was. Years ago, an ingrate of no current importance poisoned him with a Cantingzer venom, and he hasn't been right since. Can't walk most days. I've made what may yet transpire to be a rash promise to restore him, and I am hereby soliciting your assistance. Yeah, I'll accept that. Helping unpoison a man? A wayward rogue. Some time ago we sent an emissary to the Fathom King's hold. Isn't that where our person wants to go? He was to ascertain whether his complexity was aware of a treatment that would restore my employer to his what I am not embarrassed to call glory. Regrettably, the emissary is yet to return. Would you mind tracking him down and ascertaining exactly what the bloody problem is? Okay. I'm gonna wrap up there for now. I may stream later tonight, I may not. I'm not going to make a promise of it. Keep an eye on my Tumblr account. Same as my Twitch account, same as my YouTube account, Ollyric. And I'll put out posts when I go live. All you have a nice night. And there will be more to come. Ta-ta.